Okay, good. Today we are going to uh, cover or understand one more kind of mapping between the database tables. Like we have covered basic mapping, like one to one mapping, one to one mapping we have covered. Similarly, we have covered one to many mapping, right? One to
Right.
many mapping. And today I am going to try one more mapping, many to many mapping as well as. So these are the base
Many.
many to many. So till now we have a cover for here one to one, one user, and I say each user must have a one address. Without address, we cannot exist our user. So this is the one user tables and one address table. They have a one to one mapping, right?
Right.
Similarly, later part we have understand ki, hey, this is the author. One author can written multiple book. Maybe one author can write book one and book two, book three, right? So they are a one to many relationship. One author can written multiple books, right? Similarly, third kind of relationship today, which we are going to understand about the many to many. Let's example. Lots of example here, but basic. Let's see. This is the one student, right?
Right.
One student, and can offer the course. Okay, or maybe want to study course math. Okay, math subject. One subject. The one student can study math. Okay, one student can study the science as well as, right? Science as a
Right.
course, right? And one student can study maybe physics as, right?
Right.
And notice this math can be studied by the different student, right? Might
Right.
be another student can study the same math, right? Another student can study the science, right? That means key math subjects are studied by the more than one student, right? And similarly, that means here I'm trying to say student one, student two, student three, student, right? And this is the let's example the math subject. Math subject can be studied by student one, student two, student three, right?
Right.
Similarly, this math subject are studied by the different student, and different student can study not only math, can different subject, right? This can study maybe they study science, they study math, right? So
Right.
notice here the multiples relationship with the multiple course means here one student can study multiple subject, and subject can also study by the multiple student.
Right.
So this is known as such as a many to many relationship.
Oh, many to many. Okay.
Yeah, because key one student is studying multiple subject, right? And
Right.
similarly, one subject can be read by multiple students.
Right.
So such kind of situation scenario come in our applications as well as, right? So where those this relationship like many to many help us, right?
Right.
And notice till now whatever we have to study like one to one or one to many or many to many, these are relationship sometime is the directional, maybe unidirectional or bidirectional, right? Till now we are saying ki one user have only one address. This is the here we're talking about one user have only one address, one direction, right? Can be
Hmm.
talk different way. Hey, this address can have a one user only, right? The way we are explaining, the way you are talking, sometime we are using the directional words. From which direction we are talking? Maybe unidirectional or bidirectional. So generally, in the case of many to many, notice I am saying ki one student can read the multiple subject, and again saying one subject can be read by the multiple student. Means here I am talking the both direction, subject or courses or student side. So this sometimes say we are talking about the unidirectional or bidirectional. So all the relationship, whatever we have to till
I
now
can
study. Hmm.
I can think of a website like Udemy. Many
Yes,
student A student
yes,
can have multiple purchase, multiple course,
yeah,
and
good example.
different course could be used by other student. Yeah.
Correct. This is the So here, all these are kind of relationship in really exist, and all this relationship you can talk about with the directions. Which directions we are talking? Unidirectional or bidirectional? So these are the sometime terminology used whenever we are studying on anywhere, any course or internet or any books, right? They are talking relationship, maybe directional relationship, yeah, unidirectional or bidirectional. Unidirectional
Right.
is from which perspective you are talking. One to one unidirectional or one to one bidirectional. Similarly, one to many unidirectional or bidirectional. Similarly, many to many unidirectional or bidirectional, right?
Right.
So this terminology also used for the relationship, right? Because the perspective, the context you are talking, right?
Right.
The direction change. So we have already covered this too, right? And similarly, let's cover this today. And so that you should aware uh, these are the possible, you can say, relationship would be. You can imagine, but these are the three most possible or commonly used relationship in our real life as well as our daily lives, or whenever we are building any kind of software or packages. Sometime we need to establish this relationship, maybe one, one to many, or many to many, right?
Right.
Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Theory wise it's very complex, but implementation wise it's very simple. You have already covered one to one, very simple. One to many, very simple. Similarly, many to many is a very simple, because we are using our some tool or framework like a Spring framework. They have a given, or any ORM framework, you can say. They are given very basic way. Just give some annotation, some metadata, and our application behave like this, right?
Right.
So let's start with the basic our one application. Start uh, start.spring.io and just create one basic application, right? Let's Maven
Right.
applications, use the default package name, could be anything, and here let's many to many mapping. Okay, you can give anything, right? Many to many mappings. That's good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and just say, hey, this is my jar, and similarly, just I want to use like here Spring Web for making REST API to test, right?
Right.
Or you have an option. You need a JPA, Java Persistent API, okay, to communicating your database, right?
Right.
And here you can decide any database, maybe M2 database, SQL database, Postgre database. We are using the nowadays uh, MySQL. So let's use MySQL, right? Okay, this is the MyBetis, not the MySQL, right? So you can use the MySQL driver, right?
What is my Betis?
MyBetis is also one of the framework like JPA, similarly. Okay,
Oh, okay, okay.
so go to the MySQL, right?
Yeah.
And this is the very good, and okay,
Yeah.
this is the basic things, and that's generate the project, right? And go to this open project. Okay, where is the project? Yes, and just extract them and open, and just start project is the IntelliJ, right?
Right.
And so just let's test them. And whenever you are going to create, maybe you can use any existing MySQL database, or you can create new one, right? Whatever your
Right.
preferences, right?
Right.
And here I want this application use the Swagger documentation, right? So you can use the Google Swagger Spring Doc, okay? Spring documentation.
I actually tried to find Swagger just by typing Swagger, but that's different. I could not use the URL.
Yeah, this is
from
the by default is Spring Doc Open UI, Open API UI. You search.
that's how that's how you find. Okay.
Yeah, Spring Doc Open API. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
The first say Spring Doc Open API. Spring Doc Open API, the one website exposed by this our Spring Up community itself. Okay? springdoc.org.
Right.
Notice, and this have a Open API version 2 data, and they have a because these are the you can say Spring communities are saying that these are the by default not come in our Spring framework project, but someone needed community basis, someone is sponsored this project, they are continuing, right? Notice here,
Right.
this currently this project is sponsored by these three company, right? And
Right.
so he say ki these are the not by default available because they need a stability, social work. So by default, the basic functionality they offer, and some are available in the out of box, right? So you can just
Okay.
use this documentation, right? And
Right.
complete documentation, you have read everything in documentation here available. Good part for Spring, each component, JPA, data, Swagger, they have different available document reference for us, right? Just use the refer.
So
The
this document is for Open API,
yes, Open API only. Okay.
and I type
So
it by Spring Doc.
spring.org and search Open API. Spring Doc Open API, you can search.
Okay. Okay.
Spring Doc Open API, and you can find this latest one, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And I want to, so just go to the POM dependency and we have to modify them, right? Just go and add one more dependency, right? Here we have already, I just add one more dependency, right? And here,
Right.
so notice MySQL connector have not complete name like a half name. Just you select the also one more dependency MySQL connector, right?
Right.
Google MVN, just MySQL connector, just that's the latest one and update. Because by default, here our responsibility we have to find out this Maven dependency, what is the latest version, right? MySQL connector. So notice here
Oh,
by
this is
default
our
they
responsibility to find.
we have to we have to just because he had not completed the notice no version name about the complete name, so we have to just change with the latest one, right? So once we update any dependency, please run this command mbn so that latest versions are loaded for your project, right?
Right.
So this is the basic things, and let's do basic our MySQL prompt, create one database for testing, right? Let's create my password root, and so so databases, okay. So databases, okay, these are the lots of database, but let's going to create one for fresh, okay, or you can reuse anything. So for creating database, the basic three steps we have to perform, right.
Right.
So let's create notepad, and let's say I'm going to create new database, change the name of here many to many mapping, right? Many to many, test many to many, okay.
Yeah.
Many to many, this is the database name, and just the same database I'm going to create the permission, okay, to all. This is the command, let's run in this okay, many to many created. And if you run the same command, user already exists, yeah, the user already exists, right? Or you say, hey, this user already need one permission, okay, done.
Right.
So this is done, and once you done, you have to application property, you have to add this configuration, right?
Right.
Go to this application property file, right? Here you have to add this, okay, and here you have to change your database name. Database name I use the many to many, right?
Hmm.
Just this name, database name, username same, db user, db user, db user, db user, right? This time.
Right.
So this is basic configuration you have to do, right? So that your now Spring know how to connect with this database.
Right.
Great. So this is done. This is done. Let's just start application and test there is any problem with the applications or it's all fine, right?
Right.
Hope it should run fine because we are doing same thing multiple times. It should works fine, but just verify. And it should take little bit time to start. And now application JPA start open. Notice here open view API started. Spring.jpa.open. It started application. No problem, right? It's good. As of now, let's stop, right? There is no problem. So as we discussed, we are going to make a relationship between the student and courses, right? So first we have to decide your class, right? Student
Right.
and student class and second class one over here, maybe courses, right?
Right.
What course? Course, course, okay. Oh, courses, course, right?
Right.
The two model. And I know as per the logically, these two can be related to each other many to many, right?
Right.
So if currently these are the both are the independent, there is no relationship, right? So you know how to make a relationship. Generally, we have no we can have two kind of relationship. Is it inheritance, yeah, is a relationship, right?
Right.
And second is has a relationship, right?
Right.
Has a relationship. So here notice student and course really is a not a is a relationship, not an inheritance. You cannot say a student is a course or course is a student, right? Both are the different entity, right?
Islam, can you change?
Ha. And what is saying?
Sorry. Yeah.
So I'm saying here you can say a student and course there is not kind of easy relationship. We cannot say
Hmm.
make an inheritance relationship. Here then we have a second option. We can go with a has a relationship. Student has a offer or study some set of courses, right? Maybe one course,
Right.
two course, three course. So generally, whenever one student want to study more than one, two, three, four, five number of courses, that which they cover some kind of collections, right? Maybe
Right.
list, maybe sit. So if how to make a relationship here, say student can have a course, okay, course, but it not the only one course, but might be list of course, maybe set of course, right? You can use anything, right?
Hmm.
List of course here. You can use list, you can use set, anything, right? Similarly, how course know this course is studied by how many number of students? So
Right.
similarly here also we make a relationship list of your student students. So this is the way you are making two classes are to related to each other. Now course know, hey, how many students are study this course, right? And
Right.
now student know, ki, hey, how many number of courses I am studying, right? It is
Right.
clear.
Yeah.
So this is the basic you can say attribute. And might be student have a common field like student private long ID, right?
Right.
Basic, and let's a private student name, right?
Oh, you cannot write like many to many, just like before we used to do it.
We are just coming
Okay.
here. Till now we are just designing a Java model till now, right? There is no database model. I have just Java model, right?
Right.
So this till now, this is the complete core Java code, right? Now we are making one student class can have a set of resource. You can use the set here or list, whatever you want. Set of courses,
Right.
or you can courses
Right.
also study by the set of students, right?
Right.
Would it would be good, you can say set, right? You
Right.
can do set, because set contains, what is the set means, they have contain unique, means ki one student study maybe Java, maybe C++, but not Java 2 time, right? It would be good make a set, right? Here similarly, maybe course here. Now clear ki student can study set of courses, right? And
Right.
similarly, this course, a course, can studied by set of students, right?
Right.
So till now any confusion?
Now I'm good.
And you can initialize here maybe new hash set, because you want to make uniqueness, right?
Right.
So here you can say hash set similarly, right? What they are saying, maybe final. Okay, let's say final. Okay, it's clear, right? So now
Okay.
question, now let's keep, I'm saying ki, hey, or Java side it's okay. Now let's go to say hey Spring Data JPA, can you just same structure, one table student, one table course, can you create under database side? So we can say, hey, this is the your entity, right? This is the
Entity. Yeah.
entity annotation. This tell JPA now, please create one table for me, right? Student table as similarly for a class table. And I want say student table must have some primary key. So say just is ID the primary key, right? And it is auto generated. This is the auto generated, right? This we are mentioning here, right? Same here, Ajo, right? And here I want to ID column name, student name must be like not nullable, right? Column say nullable, false, right?
Right.
And similarly here you can say, hey, nullable, it should be false, right? Course name cannot be null, right?
Right.
And here now say, hey, I am going to make a here many to many relationship. Then say many to many. Notice here they also give option many to many, many to one, yeah, one to many, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
So now generally
They also have
these
many to any.
many to one,
No, no. Many to any.
many
Any.
to any as
Any.
well. It is a Hibernate supported as you can explore though. Yes, lots of option here. You can just explore
But
here one
yeah.
to you can say one to many, one to one, or many to one. The lots of
Okay.
relationship later part you can, whenever you are doing practice you can explore, but
Right. Right.
basically things are available, right? They are available
Right.
already. We have covered one to many, similarly many to one you can also do, right?
Right.
So today our objective many to many, so you can explore many to many, right?
Right. Many to many. Yeah.
And here you can say whatever the constants, like if you are doing many to many here, and let's simply do not meaning anything, right? Let's do here. Okay, so this way now here you are doing many too many, means ki here this is the one one student can study many courses, right? But here also is trying to say, hey, this courses is studied by the multiple students, right?
Right.
So here you can specify this both direction, right? So that ki both can know to each other, right? Is
Right.
know about the list of student. Similarly, student know about the list of courses, right?
Right.
You can do this way. It's clear. Or simply say,
Yeah.
hey, uh, only one direction I want, only one direction. No, only I know ki this list of student have a set of courses. Similarly here as well. So you can explore multiple permutation combination. What happen? I am not removing to here and adding only here. And notice here we have understand some operation. Whenever I am going to create a student, at that time course also created or not created, right?
Right.
So we have a like a cascade operation. We have understand, right?
Right.
Cascade, right? You have lots of options. Maybe all, maybe create, delete, merge, everything you can try, right?
Right.
So whenever we are going to say, that means they are going to create the many to many relationship. between the all operation, maybe remove, remove, delete, delete, all operation. Here sometimes I can only not want to delete. Once maybe my student deleted, I don't want my course also deleted, right?
Right.
Sometime whenever you're going to many relationship, might be this is the two student, right? Student two, and this is the two courses, right? Courses.
Right.
Okay, maybe these students are studying these two courses, right? And this student also study two courses. Okay, let's I am
Right.
going to remove this student. So this course also must be deleted or not? Because might be this student still study these courses, courses one, courses two. In this case, generally say, कि, hey, whenever I am going to delete my student, at that time corresponding course, but no, don't delete it, right? Because this
Right.
course can be studied by the different student, right?
Right.
Due to that, generally, in the case of many to many, generally we are avoiding this all. Maybe just persist or save, right? So depend upon the different flavor, you will try to explore the option as well as, right? Here, so let us example like here say maybe I can use the not all, but maybe some like a cascade, maybe just persist want you want. Whenever I want to a new subject going to student add what the subject they are going to add subject only, right? So
Right.
these are the different combination. If you want to more than one, just place comma. Here, in the case of multiple value, you want just here open close braces and comma here say comma here say cascade. A different operation you can do for anyone. So in this way, you can apply the combinations of this, right?
Right.
Just here say, no, whenever I am going to save a student, that time course is also going to the save, right? But I say, कि
Right.
whenever I go to delete a student, don't delete course. If you say all, that means the corresponding course also deleted. This table also deleted, right?
Right.
So these, you can say, cascade operations are play very important role, right? To be carefully, you have to use, and many of them, and surely we cannot discuss all, but you can just try to change and check the impacted behavior, right?
Right.
Right. This is the exploration part. Okay. As of now, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I think model part we just as usual. Let's we gonna generate the setter getter focus, right? Or you can use the lombok, whatever you feel, right? Let's I'm go to generate setter getter because I not miss the lombok right at that time. You
So
can
when you delete
uh,
a user, it
uh,
doesn't delete that course. That's the
yeah,
point.
because that's the point. You can say all means they are deleting corresponding courses as well as, right,
No, but the reason you put persist, that's why it will not delete, right?
right,
Or
right.
is it something different?
Yeah, right. If you say ki this is like all, that's surely do. Say cascade dot all, right? Here.
Yeah,
If it is
all
all,
means it
all
will
means
do.
it will do. It means ki delete operations also apply on the delete on course. So if I'm going to
Okay, okay.
delete a student, corresponding, let's get two courses also be deleted. But what happened?
Right,
Those
right,
courses are studied by the different student, right? So this is not a valid rule, right? Because my one subject, let's Java course, can be studied by the three student, right? And let's say
right,
you are going to remove this student going to drop the courses. That means you are deleting a student. That not means you can delete the subject as well, because this subject is studied by two more subjects, right? Study, right? Still they are learning, right? So delete operation I'm not going to cascade here. So whenever a student going to delete, don't delete the corresponding courses, right?
right,
So due to that, I'm not going to use this all operation. But if you want, you can do. There is no any constraint, right? Right?
right,
So these are the different permutation combination you can explore, right?
right.
Great. So till now, okay. Let's later part. You can explore both all the things, right? I'm saying this is the exploration part. You can explore everything, right?
Right.
Uh, or you can just go with the all operation. You can do as of now. All you can do with all. You can try anything, right? I'm not saying, but preferable way we can avoid this all, right? But you can
Right.
take. You can because we are learning, so we can learn all the possible combination, all persist, different, right?
Right.
So let's do like here. If you multiple value, just whenever in the annotation you are going to the multiple value, you can use the curly braces, and here you can pass multiple operation, right?
Yeah,
This is the one these simple guidelines, right? Okay.
yeah.
Like here you want to multiple value, you can use this open curly braces, right? So let's our course is done, and similarly let's here like maybe similarly you want to like here also generate setter getter, right? Because setter getter, right?
Who
Done.
is Rambo?
Yes, you can use, but today I missed, not an issue. You can generate or use, both are the, you should
Oh
familiar,
yeah,
both we can do, right?
no problem. Okay,
Yes, you
no
can
problem.
do.
It is just write it manually. No problem.
Yeah, you can do both, right? It's good. I think we are good till now. This DAO model is okay, and let's develop the API. Maybe develop the REST API. Okay.
Yeah,
Say hey. First repository, right? Interface. I want interface student repository. Okay,
yeah,
and extend inheriting JPA. Okay, JPA repository, and here say hey student, comma your long is the ID, right? And done.
yeah,
And if you want similarly different repository, you can also do like uh, interface student, or similarly like this repository you can also create for this. हो सकता है first you want to create the sources only, courses, right? And
right.
later part you can student. As per the mercy, you can use the both. Due to the times, we are going to the limited, but you can explore all the permutation, right? And let's create the our controller, right? Class student controller. Okay.
Right.
And here say this is the, I'm going to build a REST API, REST controller, done. And private, I need the repository to save get data, all right? Private student repository, right?
Right.
Repo, and initialize with the constructor, right? And that's done. And say hey, I want to get mapping, get mapping, let's slash student slash, right?
Yeah.
A student, right? And here say public list of student, all like all 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 student, return repo dot find all. Okay, but they
Right.
are not returning anything because we have not created first we have to create a student as well as, right?
Right.
So let's check the similarly post mapping, creating for post mapping. Okay, here say I should change the mapping to post, right?
Yes.
Post mapping, and they just post means I'm going to create the student, right? So
Right.
here change the name, create a student, create. And here say I need the your student object, student, student, and say hey repository save. Okay, and student. Okay, they are going to the save. You already know how to save implemented internally, right?
Right.
And here just say this is come from the request body. Say hey, get from the request body, right?
Right.
So till now you can create a student, and that just test this, right? At least this work, right?
Right.
So notice whenever we are let's test, then we discuss, right? Let's start. Uh, Till now, in doubt, any question? It's basic, right?
It is basic.
These are the almost all, not the basic. Okay. Similar things we have to just explore plus minus. All the documentation available, I'll just go through, explore, and do it, right?
Right.
And done. Let me just check. So notice here lots of tables something created, right? Just let's explore. Notice lots of relationship. Don't notice course table created, and we say ID, automatic generated ID, course ID table created one, right? And
Right.
one mapping table, course student mapping created. Let's check the database. Use uh, use this like a many. Use many to many, right?
Right.
So tables. Okay. So these tables created. Notice. Oh, they created the course student and student course as well as, right?
Right.
So why created two tables? Something strange, right?
Right.
Because one mapping table is sufficient, right? So when
Mm.
sometime you are not giving any, you can say what you can say, uh, table name. The by default Spring internally create lots of table for us. So my expectation that ki this is the one table your student, one should be course, right? And one should be mapping table, right? This is sufficient, right? They store ke this is the student ID and this is the corresponding courses ID. This is
Right.
properly handle the situation. My question, why this create two tables, right? Notice two mapping table. This is so strange. I'm not like the two table. Why two mapping table? Both are the look like a same structure, right? Let's check. Why happen? Notice why happen this? Because we are tell in annotation. Here say कि here you can course here say student table, and I'm say create table like mapping. Here say many to many, right? So they are
Right.
going to create one is course student underscore course. Here you can also tell the table name which you want or you don't want, right? So here sometimes say, ki, hey, course, don't go to create the new table. Just use the existing one, right? So here we can say, here say map by, I think, and give this variable name which already existing in prop, right? Yes. So here I am saying,
Map.
hey, course table, don't create again table like here. They are creating like a course underscore student and student underscore course. Both are look like the same thing. Let's check here.
Right.
Describe, describe, and this is right.
Right.
So this is the your course student, and again say describe student courses. Notice both have the same column ID, right? Why this
Right.
two table? Unnecessary, right? Maybe internally they created, but let's just say, I'm saying, hey, don't do. Just use mapped by these courses. Already you created here, right? You created, or you can also here tell the table name, which table name you are going to use. What is the column name you have to go, right? So you can here go to the documentation. Here lots of maybe just I'm show you. You have to explore many to many doc documentation. Okay, maybe many to many. You can use anyone, right? Not an issue. And here you can use the lots of documentation, like here joining table name you can give here, right? This is the joining table for you. You can use the only this joining table. Notice here many to many is mapped by. Notice here this is the mapped by phones. This is the variable name you can pass. This is the phone. So I say, hey, many to many, just use mapped by the existing table which are already created here, right? So I want only one table should be used, not the more than one, right? So you can say map by this. So this annotation, all the
Is it
annotation.
the document is in Oracle or is a Spring Boot?
This is the Oracle you can use because these annotations we are JPA, right? Java Persistent API. Java
Right.
Persistent API. You can use, or you can use Spring as well. It's not an issue. Let's go Spring. Search the Springs. Maybe Spring also provide. This
Oh, Spring also has, right?
Spring Boot documentation. Let's check many to many.
Here, up, up, up. Yeah.
So lots of documentation
Yeah.
you can explore. You have to read out where they written, right? Lots of things they have written. Okay,
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, okay, yeah.
let's
It's
search
okay.
many,
It's okay.
many to many. You have to explore somehow, right? But these are the
Right.
available open API, right? So you can use anyone, right? Not an issue. So here I'm saying, ki, hey, one table already created. The same table, this the same table are going to use by here in this table as well as courses table mapped by this because I don't want the same duplicate tables created, right? Why need a two, right? One is sufficient to manage, right?
Right.
Or let me check default, that not an issue, but you can use anyone, right? Or here you can use
Right.
the same table name. Let's stop and again start. And once you have already created database, and let's I am going to drop this database, right?
Right.
Mapping database. You can use the already I'm given this command here. If you want to drop database, just say drop database. If exists your this is the table if you want to drop any database, right? Because I want to create the new again phrase, right? So yes, say
Right.
drop database and many to many, right?
Right.
Many to many. Okay, drops. And you can again say now let's start the server and look the database. If you just I visualize, you can run its works internally. They can manage everything for you. Good option internally, Hibernate and JPA doing everything for you. If you not notice, they can work for both level. But I'm thinking it should be unnecessary, right? So let's start it. Oh, you say this is not happy. What say?
Some kind of error.
Yes, say unable to create request mapping, unable to define JDBC, metadata, Java persistent, URL. Eh, what is this? Why you are not happy? Okay, let's me read the top error. What is the error?
Yeah, the error. Yeah, unknown database.
Unknown data. Okay, I not created. Okay, sorry, sorry. I dropped. After that, I not created, right?
Oh,
So
okay, okay. You have
after
not
drop, I have
created.
to create, right? Yes. So let's create database. Okay, done. Because in the application property, we given this the database exists. So whenever I am writing here like application at property, that means our Spring application understand this database must exist, right?
Right.
Now let me check. Now it's look like working. So now look like they have created a course table, student table, and mapping table, and only one mapping table. Let's check it at this time, right?
Right.
Uh, use this so tables. Okay. And notice at this time only one mapping table, course table, student table, and one mapping table. It's look
How
like
did how did what code did that? How did you manage? Uh,
uh, I'm saying, hey, Spring Boot, with JPA, this is the first student table created, and after that
right,
they created this is the mapping table, student underscore courses, right?
right,
So this annotation say ki already I'm created one mapping table, right?
right.
When the student table they are going to create, I'm saying ki, hey, this is also mapping table. So I'm saying ki, hey, just mapped by already I'm created one courses. So you can use the same table here. Don't use the new one. Else,
Okay,
what
okay.
happen? They are going to create another table course underscore student. So I'm saying ki, don't create new one. Just use the map by already I'm created the course mapping. Here already I'm created this mapping table, right? Courses.
Okay, okay, okay. I see, I see. Yeah.
So I'm saying ki due to that this, right?
Okay, I see.
So in
So
this
that
way,
line. Yeah, yeah.
that line. So this configuration you have to learn lots of things. I'm not surely we have to discuss each and everything, but depend upon the use case, we have to just read out documentation. Even good thing here you cannot apply any your rocket science. Whatever the our Hibernate or Spring Data JPA support, only those you can think do, right?
Right, right,
How you know ki what the Spring Data JPA Hibernate support? Just read the documentation. And what documentation say, same you can use. Any extra you cannot use, right? Because here
right,
you are not writing a code. Here we are just using the existing framework. So what the Spring framework support, yeah, Hibernate support, same thing we have to do. We cannot do put any our extra mind or intelligence or logic here,
right,
right?
right, right, right.
So what we can do, just read the documentation. What documentation support? What the permutation combination you can do? Same thing you have to do. So here
Mm.
need some time, need some kind of a invest time to read the documentation. What many to many support. Here lots of things in the here we can pass like the joining table.
I find all the documentation in Spring Boot.
Spring Boot or Hibernate you can. This is the by default Spring Boot internally using the Hibernate. Notice this all the things. Let's check the log. One thing I have internally Spring Data JPA using the Hibernate. Notice this is the Hibernate.
Yeah, Hibernate. Yeah. Oh,
Internally this is Hibernate is a ORM tool. So Hibernate documentation you can refer because internally Spring JPA, Spring Data JPA using the Hibernate to implement all the database operation.
okay, okay. Mm.
You can
O
use this
ORM.
Hibernate. Just Google. Just here Hibernate at the rate many to many doc. Just read, and this is the complete maybe Hibernate website. Somehow you can find. Where is Hibernate doc? Just say documentation. Documentation. Okay, and this is the Hibernate documentation. This is the ORM tool, object relationship mapping. This is the
Right,
and what are the latest version here? Go here and read out the complete full documentation about the mapping, everything's here. And here you can search here like maybe search. What is the search option? Where is the search? This is search. Where is the search? These are all the relationship, all the mapping. Here you can find everything, full control. Maybe mapping, how to go to the mapping, search, with the search button. And so strange. Roadmap, documentation, just go any documentation, go to the HTML page. And here man, we have to just invest some time to read the documentation, the mapping, dependency. Here something concept, configuration, mapping where the somehow you have to find, right?
right.
Mapping index, mapping entities. Mapping entities here you can Hibernate. This is the mapping. So let's directly search Hibernate doc doc for many to many. This is the many to many Hibernate doc. Where they are not Hibernate Java doc mapping query path. Lots of things you have to just invest sometimes. I'm not able to find out. Okay, mapping document I want.
I'll be right back, Ajay bhai.
Okay, okay. These are the documentation. Many to many. Unidirectional management is associated to the condition based assessment tables. Authors book mapped by author pictures.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are the documentation available here. Whatever I am saying, what the things you can pass here, you can study here. Uh, just I'm come here. How come here? Just go to the here down. Whenever you go this page now, just go to the guide here. Right now,
Right.
ORM guide, and once you go here, they have a complete everything's here like everything documentation. Go to the just hibernate and JPA combinations, and here you are. Here you can just search our many to many, right? So they say ki this is the many to many relationship. So finally, there are three annotations: many to one, one to many, and many to many, right? So notice
Perfect.
these are the operations we can pass. Cascade pass, like we are passing the cascade. Similarly, one is the fetch strategy, maybe fetch lazy and eagerly, one to many to one for that. Similarly, target entity, or you can say optional here something, and this note is the mapped by. Is the mapped by you can pass here the example. And again, they given some example how we are writing that, right?
Right.
Just we have to read here many to many, one to many, all the this is the one to one first way, right?
Right.
And similarly, we have to study about these different combinations, different way, many to many here. Many to many, you can you say. Many to many say just entity book. That is the book, and you pass many to many. That means a book underscore author created. And in this book, go to the here, book pass. Here in the case of book entity, you say many to one mapped by author books, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's what you
So they
told us.
mention here you can use the mapped by. So each and
Yeah.
everything you can find somehow, right? Just we have to invest some time, right?
Right. I got it. I got it.
It's good. Okay, lots of time, but please, whenever you are going to use any framework, any library, this is our responsibility. We have to read documentation that library provided. And similarly, you are making your expertise on those technologies. Because here you are not putting any algorithm to build something. Just you have
Right, right. So that documentation will tell what to do.
what to do. Because you cannot do beyond that. Because those internally code run by that particular container, but particular business logic. And until you not follow, you cannot achieve what they are
I
supposed
understand.
to
I
export,
understand.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So here, majorly, uh, you have to invest your time to read the documentation. And what documentation say? Just do and play, right?
So everybody follows the same rule, like they read documentation.
Generally,
No.
this is the way to follow. Or generally, someone say just search Google. Lots of person have given on the blog, on the document, on the tutorial, right? You
Right.
can read anyone. But almost the source of truth is the actual uh, the documentation provided by the particular tools, technology, right?
So
The
that is the standard.
standard, yes. But you can just search here like a basic, like a many to many documentation, and you can find the many useful many to many annotation documentation, and you can find many links, right? You can read here, or you can read here. This is the many to many relationship, this is read here, right? So lots of tutorials someone can just
Okay, okay.
you can read anyone. And almost all the who written this blog, they are somehow written those blog, wrote documentation. Then they have same example like where student course we are writing right here.
Right.
Same thing, a many to many like courses they mention, and here might be they are somehow mention the come like here. Notice many to many joining table also mentioned here, like names, joining column. This is which column they have by default, right? So lots of nugget here mapped by like courses. So these are the things you can use any documentation, but all these blogs, all these websites are from where they find this the map by supported actual the Hibernate or the which technology you are using, right?
Right, right,
Good. So this is the way you can read the documentation and you can fulfill the all the other. Let's say test and
right,
almost we are covered up times, but surely you have to for more deeper understanding about the Spring framework, Spring Data JPA or Hibernate, you have to read the documentation.
right. Got it.
Mhm. A documentation is very simple. Lots of example you can find and just play and right.
Right.
So let's check our
I think we are almost finishing, right? When we run the code, it
yes,
should work. Yeah.
it should works. Okay, let's use
Okay.
the swagger.
Yeah, we are.
Swagger. Now we have
So,
two endpoints, get and post. Let's get and test, try out. No data, right? And let's use the post and post have a maybe let's post data. I know ID automatic generator, just remove them, right? And student name maybe same and courses. Notice the course is the a list are set, right? The course
right.
can be here. Let's I say course also. Notice course internally know the which student they are reading, right? They have a
Right.
big relationship internally. This course are read by this student. Maybe same student like the same are reading or something, right? But as of
Okay.
now, you can make a already they created relationship for you, right? Okay, this is the course. Why they come again here?
Yeah,
Course
why?
course name, because in this annotation I mention in the course, this is the course. Whenever they are going to creating course know they are the students. This is set of student means the collection, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So due to that here say, hey, this is the student name and why course come here? Because in the student table I can say this is the student and student have a courses, right?
Right.
Courses is set. So similarly say this is the courses set means this is the array and array he become here the open and close by less than comma. Here you can pass the many number of courses, courses 1 and comma courses 2, right?
Right.
In this way you can array means you can pass multiple course 1, course 2. Why? Because here you can say this is the set of courses. One student can study set of courses, right? Due to
Right.
that, here say this is the array symbol and array 1, array 2, right?
Right.
Right.
I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's change here the subject, maybe Java course, okay? And later part will explain okay, how to associate this student, right? Let us just remove them. I am just simple basic thing, right? This is Java course and the code. Let's SQL to course, right?
Yeah.
Two courses. I am
So
not.
what we are learning is little advanced, right?
Yes, yes, you are
Yeah.
right. So now you have say, ki, hey, Sam is the student name, and they have a courses, two courses. One is the Java courses, another is the SQL courses. And now here I am closing this, right?
All right.
So in little bit going to tricky and situation, right? And let's submit them. So most probably they have done, and if you took here and just set, notice I am getting the student. Oh, what it is? Student. I'm not getting data.
No,
Okay,
no, you had
I'm not implemented. I'm say student find IL repo.find all. I miss. Let's check the database. They are save or not.
Oh, did you put the same name for the method?
Let me check.
Get
Uh,
get
select
nothing, same name.
select star from student. One student created, right? And they
Right.
course 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 two course created, right? Same and one two. Let's check the mapping. Student underscore course, right? Oh, table name would be courses. So notice they are created relationship like student one have this and two this. It's by default is work. Then say mapping table get all students. Say hey student. It should works, right? Students and this is the subject and I have to run it. Response 200. Okay, what is the return types I mention? Mention here. Let's stop and just uh, write the output here. This method call or not, right? Get mapping and alls. Just shout. Okay. Let me check this method or call or not. And
Right.
we have to just let's override two string method just by printing, right?
Right.
Okay. Override two string method, right? Okay. This is the two string method.
Maybe that's why.
Might be. I have not. Let me check here also. Override two string method just for printing. Okay, this is a two string method. Let's start. So here, lots of you can say need a practice, permutation, combination, documentation, understand, right?
Right.
But database properly designed, right? Student one, two courses, and both are the mapping table exist, right?
Right.
Let's test. Now let's get students. Getting something 500 error.
What is 500 means?
In the list of server throwing exception. Let's check what they are throwing. Stack overflow, two string method. Okay, two string methods are recursive. Notice the stack overflow. Say that two string methods are invoking multiple time. Two string, two string, two string.
Right.
So
We need to remove that.
yes, because what happened? We make a recursive relationship. Here say print student, right? So they are going to print student, and inside students you print the say कि you print the courses, and courses going to the print, courses going to print say कि hey I need the list of student. Again they're going to print the student, the student course student course student course student course, right? So what
Right.
happened here happen due to that's a good understanding. This is the one object student, right? One is the course, right? Here say student contain the list of courses, right? You say the list of courses, right? So whenever I'm printing student name, what is the course name? You are jumping here and reading the your course name. And here you mention I have a list of student, right? List of student. So here when going to print the course name and corresponding the student name. The student name they are going to print here student name and again come here. Student name again course name. Student name course name. In this way become a loop, right?
Hmm.
स्टूडेंट नेम प्लस कोर्स नेम अगर कोर्स नेम से कि आई कोर्स नेम प्लस माय स्टूडेंट नेम कम हियर अगेन again student name and course name. In this way it's become a cursive loop, right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So whenever such scenario happen, what happen, each method call one stack is open. Stack is open, the stack open and you have a limited memory and stack overflow come. So due to that here, so notice the stack overflow are getting the exception, right? Whenever
Right,
you are
right,
getting exception like stack overflow, that means what happened, first time call say hey get student print, and in the get student say get courses print, get courses say get student print, get student say get courses print, get student get courses. In this way recursively their method going to the calling, right? And due to that these are each stack takes some minimum of memory, and due to that you are saying stack overflow error. So whenever you are getting this exception stack overflow, please ensure that your method is called inside due to problem. So each exception give us lots of learning to us, right? So why happen, because here before notice before two string I'm not writing two string, that what happen, I say कि, hey two string go to print two string, say कि I'm going to the print course में id name and student, they're going to the print the student, and what happened, student again going to print student two string student id student name and course, again going to the course print again back here course name id. So this relationship are making the recursive call. So let's I am just removing them, right.
right,
Okay, and so notice we can avoid. So similarly, try to understand the problem, because there are two objects. Both objects are trying to get data from each other, right?
right, right,
So lots of learning whenever we are doing practicing now, lots of learning you can. Lots of these things maybe I'm not teach you until you are not getting some facing problem, right?
right, 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 right,
Always no due to this always don't read only theory. Let's do practice and figure out what the problem you are facing, right?
right,
In this case, lots of problem you are facing, right?
right,
These are the slowly we have to explore them and let's again test them, right?
right. Refresh. We need to refresh. No.
Okay, not yes. No, still getting some problem. What again problem they say? Jackson ignore. Okay. Notice this is Jackson. Jackson is used for again say कि whenever I say last class whenever say कि any request come from browser to server, browser send a JSON request. Notice this is our JSON request. Whatever we are sending, this is JSON request. And now they are going to convert JSON to the Java object, Java object to JSON. And notice the problem where they are running query select from. Okay, they are running this query select this right. They are running this
Right.
query. After they are running this query, and notice they are internally running two more query. And once query returns successfully, now we are going to uh, convert those entity to the Java object, right? Started notice whenever I am running this query, after that in a while loop, we are creating the started person object, right? Similarly, today they are going to create a student object. And notice student have a course have a student. The same problem again they say, hey, I'm not able to control them, right? So it
Right.
would be one solution easy, say, I think Jackson ignore somehow. Just ignore this field like what you can say. If multiple solution here, simple solution would be here. Uh, let's read the what they say. Ki I am able to read. They are able to read query properly. They are able to they, notice all. Notice all they return data. Notice here. Whenever say
Right.
all they returns. Notice here I am writing this code here in this our method like here all. Notice this is the all they return properly, right? But
Right.
whenever we say return this to which maybe student, so they are going to say figure out all corresponding courses as well as, right? If
Right.
let notice this is all one file problem. If I return this all here, it will return data to you, right here. Notice here because they returning the one student, right? Same.
Right.
But if you say ki some related courses I want to, right? Because ki one student have a corresponding courses as well as, so those courses we have to make a user relationship table. So let me check what they are exploring here. Okay, so let's test them. Again getting the same problem. That means what is the problem? Only response problem. Our server is properly responding data. Notice here we are able to properly respond here, right? Here this line, right? All.
Right. Right.
Whenever you returning, that means these are going to return this list of student going to response on this swagger. A swagger needs the JSON, right? They are going to create the JSON object, and while creating a JSON object, they are in the become a loop due to say that say key we are not able to create the JSON object for responding.
Okay. But we never had this problem into one-to-one
Yeah,
relation.
this is because we are here, we are making only wipe it because you make a recursive relationship. If I comment this code in the case of student, you just make a one direction. Let's I just comment out this relationship, only this relationship. Okay, let's comment out, and it will solve the problem because you are not making recursive relationship one to another, right? You are doing
Right.
the bi-directional relationship, right? Let's just I comment out, and it will not throw any kind of problem, right?
Right.
Let's I am just dropping the database, okay, as of now, and it will problem. Here different solution. This is solution we can also uh, drop database, okay, and just create database. Okay, and let's start again. This is by lots of you can say read out those exceptions we can figure out. Okay, why they are getting, what the problem, you have to just google it and you can figure out what the solution would be, right? So each problem have a some specific solution, right? Okay, now let's say, okay, and there is a no, I'm commented out, though you have to comment out this as well, right? Hmm. So now it's done. Course is stable, course is student. Whenever course is student done, and let's test. So here we have explore multiple option, right?
Right.
So let me first create a student. So here say try out, and notice at this time only say not inside, you are not putting the student name, right? Here say ki only our, this is the student name, same, and here notice id auto generated, and here you can say course like a java, right?
Right.
Or you can say again java, one more comma, one more you can place here, sql,
Right.
or you can comma, you can arrange for maybe c++, right?
Right.
Anything. So here it will, because your course is not hold the link of a student, it's a very simple, right?
Oh, it's a one to many
Yeah.
almost.
Almost, you are right. Notice they are created and you can say get, it should get, right?
Hmm.
Notice here, notice try out, you are getting the record, right?
Right. Right.
Right, one student have a, but in this case how we know ki my course, how to know ki this course how many students are studying, right? Our objective are that it's different directions ki now here we can build the notice here in this mapping table, maybe use this, so tables, so tables.
Can we not do it without relationship?
Yes, we can do without analysis, we can do.
Then
Let's
it
see.
will work.
Yes, work, lots of things you can do here,
Hmm.
manually you can do.
But you're showing in a relationship way.
Okay, so notice here what happened. So tables, select star from student, okay, and select star from courses, select star from our, what happened. So notice here I know ki this is student one, okay, but here I have write a code where from this course is read by student one, this code read by this code read by this, right? So our
Right.
objective from this course ID, I want to figure out corresponding, what corresponding student. So this
Right.
mapping table serve the both concept. You have to write the let's key. I want to, hey course. This is the course ID. I want to figure out the student. We can do. Let's do right using the programmatic code. Here say, hey, I have write one. I want to know ki this course is read by which is student, right? So here you can just let's one more get endpoint, right? And here say you can write get courses. Okay. So till now it's clear. Any confusion?
Yeah, I'm little confused right
Ah,
now. What you? Yeah,
so let's first. It would be good first you clear this right now. Then
okay.
we can get more. Right. We can continue. Let's
We
do
can
practice.
continue tomorrow. No problem.
Okay, not an issue, right? Because yeah, we are time over. So
Yeah.
don't worry. But concept is the same. We have to explore multiple options, right?
Right. Right.
And all are the basically we have to follow the documentation. All the whatever you are getting error, we can address. There is no any problem, right?
Right.
It's
Right.
good.
It's good.
So let's test till now whatever we cover. At least we are able to save and get data, multiple student, and all the tables are mapping properly. Here, this table we can figure out this course one is notice. Let's me I create one more user, right?
Right.
Maybe here you can go post and create many user, right? Let's team and team can also study some courses, right? Java,
Right.
thing will be different subject, right?
Right.
Okay, here you can subject change any subject, right?
Right.
Dot net. Okay, and here you can and notice here in the relationship. Notice here student 2 are studying the subject ID 4, right? If we have a 4 ID means 4 ID is a .NET subject ID, and we can figure out which student ID reading, student ID 2 reading, right?
Right.
We can make manually all the relationship, right? Without mapping, you can also do everything, right? You can
Right.
manually write the code for that, right?
Yeah, you can manually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we can do, but sometime annotation help us. So we are using annotation. Sometime we can figure out, right?
Right.
When you can get data, we are getting all data, right? Both are
Right.
student. No? This is the student team are reading the data, right? This is student this reading this, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's practice and we'll continue to explore more, right?
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you.